folks along the road, just as they were standing. All the lads and lasses there, all the smiling faces, gathered along the Scotswood Road to see the bleeding races. We went to bleeding races.
Oh, it's back through Cortez!
1962 on a summer's afternoon, we took the bus from Bambras and she was heavy laden. Where we went along Collinwood Street, that's on the road to Bladen. Whoa, me lads, you should have seen us gunning, passing the folks along the road just as they were standing. All the lads and lasses there, all with smiling faces, gunning along the Scotswood Road to see the bleeding races.
What's going on, people? Welcome back to another video. John Sinclair TV back again tonight. It's the Premier League prediction show. It's going really well, and I've got two wonderful guests. My co-host is Tony, and my favourite YouTuber Macy. Good evening to you guys.
Good evening, John. Evening, Macy. How are you?
Big up.
Good evening to both of you as well. Hope you're having a nice Tuesday.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank
you. A
bit
of a dull one outside, a bit rainy, but yeah, other than that, it's not too bad.
Absolutely. So, guys, thanks for joining us as usual, and all the people in the chat as well. Big to everyone in the chat as well. I appreciate you joining us as well. If you like the video, like what you see, then please hit the like button. And if you're new and you like what you're watching, please subscribe to my channel. Also, hit follow Tony on his Twitter account. It's in there, and also follow MAISYS United football show as well, which is absolutely fantastic. If you like to super chat us, then you click on the $sign and just give what a worth on the channel. And if you'd like to become a member, then please click on the join button as well. And by the way, I've got a competition tonight, people. I've got tickets to show as well, because obviously Roger's got a season ticket. So I'm going to do a draw, Andy, right? To enter the draw, you must be a member. It's members only. If you're not a member and you want to compete for the match ticket for the match between Newcastle against Bournemouth a week on Saturday, then you have to become a member. It's only 99p to join as well.
So does that mean I'm entered in it, even though I'm a Man United fan?
You just get your Man United top, mate. So get your new Man U top instead.
I'll take the ticket if it's going.
Just have to see what the Wheel of Fortune lands on tonight.
Exactly, because I know Chippers is number one. I'll go by the numbers from the bottom to the top, because it was Paul who was the latest member. He's number 55. So, and that's how it is. So we will work it out. Let's go through the comments. Tony, yes, that's been sorted. We got to Ronson. Hi, we're on noon. Good for you. We got to Jack. I got his name right this time. Jack. And we'll feed one to Newcastle win on Sunday. Hopefully, ASM Bruno return. We'll comment on later on. Big up to the tremendous trio. No chocolate biscuits to the Aston. Ravi's a big Liverpool fan. And Ravi, stop moving it in, because we should have won that game last week, by the way. Real talk.
Just within the Man United lost to them, and then they'll be quiet then for you, John. Just say at least that we didn't lose against Man United on counter-attacking football.
Exactly.
That's all you have to say.
Exactly.
Also, Van Dijk should have been sent off Saturday for that tackle. How he only got a yellow card is beyond me, because
I didn't even know he got carded. I didn't think he got carded.
He got a yellow.
He got a yellow carded.
Yeah, it should have been a straight red.
Absolutely.
That's a red all day in my eyes. That's a leg breaker.
Let's put it this way: they did very well. They're trying to flip and best to send off Fabian Schär for that tackle on Neto as well. And I think, me personally, sort of thing, right? I think he felt sorry for Schär. But look, at the end of the day, right, the consistency of VAR is absolutely shambolic. We discussed that last night. We might chat about it later on a little bit. MAISYS comments as well. Big up to the tremendous trio. No chocolate biscuits. That's Ravi. Chelsea losing 1-0. Saw the goal, by the way, of Orsic. What a finish. Fofana got done for Pitt. 70 million quid. Wow. I tell you what, Tuchel got it right. Looking forward to the giveaway, John. Big up Jack. Yep, keep your eyes peeled for that, my guy. And Alex Isak, what a play. Is he will rob against Liverpool, especially against Palace? hopefully we'll get something against West Ham on Saturday. All eyes be on that game. I do not trust officials for that game. And Shameless, she will be right at home cheering the tune on.
Who said I was cheering the tune on? I could be cheering the cherries on. I'm only kidding, by the way.
Oh, bless you. Bless you. And good evening. All looking forward to the boys tonight. Come on, Celtic. Let's hope we beat Real Madrid. It's going to be a tough game. Can we do it? I don't know. But it's going to be tough. Let's go and enjoy it, boys. Let's go and enjoy it. Can't see us, but we'll give it a go. We'll not get rolled over tonight, by the way.
3-0 Madrid.
I think Celtic will score. I think Celtic will score on a neat leg, but we'll see. Big up to Macy's dad, Robert. Big up to Paul as well. And hi to Gary again. I ain't rubbing nothing in this peak of Liverpool. Good afternoon to Gary again. Liverpool, we were good until the clock mad the hash subs against Everton. And BBG tackles a joke. Oh, yellow. Far's a joke. Newcastle as well. Robert, you're absolutely right. Thanks for your support, my guy. Right, let's go straight on to the first game. And it's a Saturday game at 12:30 kickoff. And the game is going to be Fulham against Chelsea. And Fulham having a good season so far. Mitchell's having a fantastic time at the minute. He's got the highest shot rate in the Premier League. So big up to Mitchell. And Chelsea, they're just all over the place in a minute, man. They only just beat West Ham, right? And early VAR saved them from keeping them to 3 points as well. So we're starting you, Maisie, because you're the guest as well. We're not a guest, it's just a co-host as well. Ladies first. And what is your take on that game, Fulham-Chelsea?
You know what? I don't know how many people it's going to surprise, actually. I've actually gone for a 3-1 for Fulham. I think Fulham's going to get the 3 points out of this game. One, it's at home. Craven Cottage, it's a great stadium. I quite like the stadium. Nothing wrong with it. Chelsea, as you mentioned, are on such bad form. I can't name one Chelsea player that's played good. And it feels like for me that the players have lost respect for Tuchel. They're so weak in defence, which you've never seen off Chelsea before either. And they was extremely lucky to get that win over the weekend. And Fulham, they have been very, very good this season with the signings they've made. Mitrovic, 49 goals in 49 league appearances in his last 49 league appearances, a goal a game. What can you ask for in a striker of Mitrovic? And he's basically averaging out a goal a game in the Premier League. So I think Fulham's attack will be too much on Chelsea, and Chelsea just seem to be lacking everywhere for me right now. So 3-1 for Fulham.
Cool, that's fair enough. What about you, Tony? Macy's going brave here.
Yeah, don't think I'll go that brave, to be fair. Yeah, Chelsea's not having the best times at the moment. Shame we weren't playing them anytime soon. But yeah, they're not. Chelsea's not having the greatest time. They look shaky at the back. Koulibaly looks very suspect at the back. I know when I was trying to go through the first time, we were linked to him. I know he's a good defender, but I look at him now and think, thank God we haven't got him in our team. So he looks very suspect. He picks up cards easy, I think, because if you've got a bit of pace about you, he doesn't like it. So, but yeah, Chelsea's not been in the greatest of form recently. I would say they won on Saturday, but really it should have been a draw. They got away with that game by the skin of their teeth, basically. They were lucky because had Mendy not sat on the ground play acting, rolling about as if his shoulder would have been badly hurt when it wasn't really. Thing is, as a goalkeeper, when you come out for that ball, you're going to risk a player hitting you. I played in goal. I've had it many a time, John, and I've got up and got on with the game. He just made an absolute meal of that because he was never hit in a hard way whatsoever. So, unlucky for West Ham. So the way Chelsea are playing, And the way Fulham are playing at home, I mean, they took Liverpool all the way. I mean, they nearly beat Liverpool and they drew 2-2 with Liverpool. I'm not quite as brave as Macy, but I'm still going to say I can't see Chelsea winning this game. I think they'll get beat. And I think Fulham will win it 2-1.
Okay, that's fine. For me personally, I think Fulham's having a good season. I mean, especially at home. And they do score goals. I think they give it a right goal. They're not going to make it easy for Chelsea now. I think Chelsea are struggling at the minute. Like, I love Koulibaly. I'm a big Koulibaly fan. But I think Napoli sold at the right time. Making 34 million quid for this guy. Yeah, they must be celebrating. Yeah, they got the best years out of him. He spent 7 years at Napoli. And I tell you what, for me personally, and another thing Chelsea has got, guys, they haven't got a number 9. They haven't really got a number 9. Havertz is not a number 9 for me.
They got Obama who? Obama what?
Yes. Obama.
Yeah.
No, that's a Ketty. It's a Ketty. Nah. You know, paid up contract, by the way. Eddie Ketia, right? You know, for me, in my opinion, is on a pay-as-you-go contract, yeah? When he scores 15, 20 goals, he'd be on the contract in my book. There you go. So, Benny Yang, but he is a good player. I forgot about his playing as well. For me personally, I think this game is going to go for a draw. I'm going to say I'll go with this guy eating a 2-2 draw, by the way. So 2-2 draw for me. And Connor's going for 1-0. Paul's going for 3-1 Chelsea. And there's others saying draws as well. Paul saying 2-2. And also Green Mears. And Jag, how's it going? I'm absolutely great, man. I hope you're okay too. I've been trying to become a member, but having problems when clicking on the join. Jag, if you're going to Google and try it that way, mate, that'll be your best bet just now. Go and Google and try it that way. I know. And if you got, which is the best phone to use? Would you say Android or?
Android. I've got Android, John. It's easy to join if you've got an Android phone. I think it's iPhones where people have had the problems on trying to join on. That's where you've got to go to Google and do it that way.
Yeah.
Or do it through a laptop.
Use a laptop. Or use a laptop. Yeah.
Or use a laptop if you've got a laptop. So use a laptop, mate.
Yeah. Just quickly, John. Aubameyang's only lasted 59 minutes before he's been taken off for Broja.
Wow. I tell you what,
I don't know if it's an injury or just tiredness, maybe. I don't know.
I tell you what, Tuchel's going to be in big trouble. Let's put it this way: if Roman's there now, he'd be sacked. He'd be gone. Let's be real. Sorry, Chelsea fans, just say how it is. Big up to Seto as well. It's been a long time, bro. It has indeed. I hope you're okay. And welcome back on show. He is a United fan as well. And that's me as well. So you have members, ads, views, later. I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much indeed. It's just the help I've been getting. And I think the people who's following us, subscribing to my channel and help us along the way has been amazing. And guys, you too as well, Paul, Billy, and all the people supporting my channel. Thank you so much indeed for that as well. And I was chatting to Rav. Lots of Chelsea fans who are kept back in. Exactly. Fulham have Pierce over Chelsea. They have indeed. And Chan Robert, big up to Craigie B. Wolves will get Diego Costa. Well, apparently, he's got turned down for a work permit and they're going to try again tomorrow. If he does lost the seeding, they're going to get Andy Cowell, by the way.
Not enough points on his application. Apparently, that's the sticking point. And that's probably down to the fact that he didn't play a lot of games in Brazil and he hasn't really played any international games as much either. And just going back to Aubameyang, I've just looked on the report and why he was taken off. Apparently, he's had a very indifferent night, not very good at all, and that's why he was withdrawn.
Wow, fair enough.
I was watching the first half of the game, and they were saying Sterling and Aubameyang has got a great chemistry together.
And Sky Sports are reporting he's had a rubbish night.
DT this time round.
Wow.
Well, yeah,
dear me. I'll take Alex Isak all day long. He should have stopped at Barca, by the way. He would have been out there. Foxy, bigger than Foxy, by the way. I think people are forgetting Dino Zagreb was not easy place to go to. They battered Bordeaux Glen, who were great last year in Europe, beat Ludogorets, Sevilla at home, beat West Ham away, eliminated Spurs too. Exactly. Do not diss Dino Zagreb. They got bags of experience in the European competition, especially the Champions League. So don't cost them. They are a good team. Diego Costa needs a work permit. Oh, there's changes now. It's all the time. It's with Dig. If you're a world-class player, then get him in. And pick the MAISYS as well. Rather, your tour man, you beat Arsenal. I think it's a problem. I used to go have a Android.
It's a good one, John, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, it could be right. It could be. Who knows? And Aubameyang is in Japan. Also a little bit difficult at the time of the game. Same with Arsenal. But lads, that's some Roberts. I've got Apple. I will try on Saturday again. I'm thinking 2-1 or 3-1. What do you think about the airport idea from Pith? I think it's 30 or 60 billion. What do you think of that, Tony? I mean, just off the top.
Yeah, it's not the airport as such. It's a new airline, and Pith have put a lot into it. What's it called? RIE or something like that. It's called. Yeah. I tell you what, if if that comes at the club as sponsorship, I mean, obviously not that amount of money, but obviously whatever they want to put a sponsorship into the club for, whether it's 100 million a season or whatever it is, I don't know what the going rate is for sponsorship in the stadium, but especially ours at the moment. What I do know is the shirt sponsor from next season, when Funny 88 decide to go, it's 22.5 million for front of shirt sponsor, and the sleeves 7.5 million at present. So we're like just behind Man City and teams like that. I think it'll be brilliant. We need sponsorship in the club, John.
You do.
As soon as our owners came in, and as soon as but when you notice, John, when them Sports Direct signs came down, when Amanda took them down because she was sick, that you couldn't stand anywhere without a sign saying Sports Direct in every picture wherever you stood. So she took them down. As soon as they come down, it was funny how all of a sudden the Premier League teams all got together and said, whoa, we're going to change sponsorship rules here. Newcastle can't just come in and have whoever they want as a sponsor. Leicester included. Leicester are getting their karma for it now because they're bottom of the league.
They are.
And I can't see them surviving this season. I'm sorry, I think they've gone in my eyes. But going back to sponsorship, yes, it's a brilliant idea. Do you know what? The more we can get it, I mean, there's plenty of companies out there from over there. We can get Aramco. You've got Saudi Golf. You've got Air Saudia. You've got the Vision 2030. You've got everything there. There's all sorts. So, basically the world's our oyster. But at least when we get sponsorship into the club, at least it's going to be proper money coming in. It's not going to be free advertising as Mike Ashley used to use it for his Sports Direct brand. At least it's going to be people bringing money into the club. And as I said the other week, John, I haven't got a problem if they want to rename the stadium. If they rename the stadium, say Aramco at St James's Park, as they want to keep it that way. And that brings in, say, 80-90 million pound a season. I'm all for that. Because it'll always be St James's Park, regardless. The Aramco bit, or if it's Saudi Golf, whatever it is, that's just a name. But the stadium will always be St James's Park. And that's how they've said it. And that if people have watched Amanda's interviews, or read reports, that's what she's always said. Her, the Saudis, and the Rubens have all said, whatever sponsorship comes in front of it on the name change, it will be at St James's Park. So that will always be there. But I'm all for that as well. I don't know about you, John.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I mean, if it brings some money in to the club and it's going to go on towards player recruitment and improving the stadium, cool. 110%, and let's keep it going. Do you know what I mean? I trust these owners in what they do. They know exactly what they're doing. They got a good business head above them, right? And you know what? I got no problems at all, sort of thing. Bring the money in, bring the best players to the world in Newcastle United, which is doable, and we are going to have a project. This is a project.
Yeah, it is, and the thing is as well. I mean, just quickly going on, but
Yeah,
you look at you look at like Man City Stadium. Okay, they call that the Etihad, but that's a totally different scenario because they got that stadium after the Commonwealth Games and Manchester finished.
Yeah.
So they were moving into there from Main Road, and it was called at the time the City of Manchester Stadium.
Yeah.
But that's different that they were able to change that. But it's not an iconic ground like what we've had since day one, and that's the difference. That's why their fans on the same with Arsenal when they moved from Highbury, they moved into the Emirates. They called it the Emirates from the start, and that's always been called the Emirates. But that generates a lot of money season after season.
Yeah, absolutely right, Tony. Let's go on to one more comment. Hello, Brent across the pond in Canada. And Mason started the season. Mason's so happy that Man U's made it compulsory, but the new manager must have a PhD in chemistry like Dan does. Brilliant, man. Let's go on to the next game. We're going to go to Bournemouth. First, let's have a look at this one. Am I going to scroll this? Sorry, it's Bournemouth versus Brighton. Maze, I'll let you go first again.
Bournemouth, they won the last game against Forest, and I was pretty surprised at that. And at one point, Forest was 2-0 up, and they managed to get 3 goals. Brighton, though, they had an incredible win against Leicester last weekend, 5-2 win. They've been very good all season, Brighton. They're so well defensively built. We've always said they're lacking a goal scorer, but when you're seeing putting 5 past Leicester, you wouldn't think that they was lacking a goal scorer. And I look at it and think, imagine if they had an out-and-out number 9 who's able to score for them on a weekly basis. They could potentially be a European team eventually if that was the case. But Graham Potter's a great manager. Bournemouth, have they even got a new manager yet? Or is it still... No.
Still Gary O'Neill.
And I just think at this moment in time, with how things are going at Bournemouth, they haven't got anyone new. I think Brighton's just, and after their great victory, they're going to take that over onto the next game. I've gone for a 2-0 for Brighton.
Yeah, I'll have to go with you as well, mate. I'll go 2-0 to Brighton as well. I think they're like a decent side of the season. I think Graham Potter's playing fantastic football. Alexis McAllister is playing his best football of his life. And look, Pascal Gross as well is outstanding as well. And look, I think they could take too much stopping because they are playing really good football. Tony?
Yeah, Brighton, Bournemouth, different game. Bournemouth beat Forest at the weekend after Forest were 2-0 up. But if you, I don't know if you've seen the goals, but if you haven't, John, have a look at them. Because Forest were comical in their defending. It was absolutely just crazy defending. And when you try to pass back to the keeper and it doesn't quite reach him, and Bournemouth, that if Forest want to stay up, that's the sort of games they need to win. But Brighton, they're on another level at the moment. They absolutely tore Leicester apart, 5-2. Technically, it should have been 6-2. McAllister had a hat-trick. Mm-hmm. That was another VAR mistake because that did not hit their player. That hit the Leicester player. And it should have stood. And I don't blame the guy saying, where's my match ball? Because he should be given the match ball. He should have had a hat-trick. So the way Brighton are playing, and also way to Bournemouth, down at the Vitality. So not too far for them to travel. I can't see past the Brighton. I can't see anything other than a Brighton win in this game. Just the scoreline, I've been racking my brains trying to think what sort of scoreline do I think they will get. And do you know what I'm going to say? Brighton will go there and they'll win convincingly. They're going to win 4-0, John. That's exactly what they're going to do.
Ooh, fair enough. 4-0 for Tony. 2-0 for Macy myself as well. So, yeah, go for some more comments. Question, do you feel with your part Arsenal might drop more points in the league? For me personally, I think they're going to concentrate on the league if they can. But also, they want to get in the Champions League as well. So I think Arsenal's going to really go through this competition as well, Raddy. So they're not going to mince any words this season. Despite Chelsea signing a few players, it's a number 9 that they really need. Raheem Sterling has played well for Chelsea. They were lucky to win against West Ham. Still 1-0 to Zagreb at this moment. It would be mega when Tony says, John, I keep on thinking he's talking to me. because it's my name as well. Tony, big up Tony.
Yeah, it's John on my side. Thank you very much. But yeah, I didn't know his name was John. But yeah.
Did I? Sorry.
Yeah, Dortmund are winning 3-0. Jude Bellingham's just scored the third.
Bloody hell, and it's not even half time yet. Ten Hag is not being sentimental on playing players who are on form for the better. Exactly, he's the manager. He's got to choose. Sponsorship money will go to the club, not like Ashley. West Ham, Newcastle scares me if Cresswell starts. ASM and his Gucci headband will murder him. Well, hope that is the case. I hope Cresswell does start, by the way, if that is the case. He's looking decent. Brendan Rodgers is under pressure at Leicester. Line 20 for the Prem. Not a good start. He needs to win a few games or he goes. Mark, you touched on that one. We are going to go to the next game, which is, in fact, the Sasaka derby between Leicester and Villa. Macy is going to go first.
I'll let Tony go first this time.
Yeah, why not? Macy's got a thinking caps on, by the way.
Leicester Villa. Right, okay. 2 strugglers in the Premier League. Although Villa, to be fair, didn't play too badly against Man City. While I was waiting for the train at the Central Station on Saturday, I nipped into the Centurion bar and I watched a little bit of the match there. So Villa were okay against City. Yeah, it's a different one. This it's classed as a derby in a way, isn't it? It's a Midlands derby, East versus West. So be an interesting one. Leicester not in the greatest of form. Villa, yeah, okay, they got a 1-1 draw with City, which not a bad result.
And they should have won that game.
They should have won that game.
It's because of VAR again. Well,
if the ref hadn't blew, but the ref blown his whistle before the ball was kicked, stopped VAR checking that. That's the only problem. This is why I think referees need to stop putting the whistle to their mouth and just let the play go on. And when the goal's scored, let the technology take over and have a look at it, because this is the problem. We had the same problem at Brighton. Graham Scott blew his whistle before Callum Wilson scored. So referees need to stop putting that whistle to their mouth and just keep it in their hand. Yeah, so it's a different game, this Leicester Villa. It's Brendan Rodgers is under all sorts of pressure. Not his fault, because he can't sign players. And when you're selling your best centre-half a day before the transfer window, how on earth do you think you're going to get 2 or 3 players in by 11 p.m. on the Thursday? So absolutely ridiculous decision by Leicester City. They should have sold him a lot sooner. So going on that, I don't know. I'm going to see a draw in this game, because both teams aren't that great, really. I'm going to go 1-1. I think Maddison will score for Leicester. And for Villa, I think it'll be Danny Ings will score. But I think it'll be 1-1. And one thing I'd just quickly say that I heard about Leicester is apparently Maddison wanted to join us in the summer. And he wasn't happy that he didn't get the move, because he reckons he saw what was coming with Leicester, and this is exactly what he's seen.
Before we go on to Macy, I'll do a few more as well. So much for Haaland needing 8 to 10 goals just to the Prem. The experts aren't always right, are they? How many goals do you think this kid can score this year, bearing injury? For me, 30-plus goals for him, mate. 30-plus goals where he's going at the minute. And don't want to say him too much in front of Macy, but there you go. And this field is shocking. John, what do you think of Brendan Rodgers sacking the Leicester, mate? He's not been sacked, mate. He has not been sacked. But the one thing I'm going to say before I go on to Macy, in fact, I'll go on to Macy first. And, yeah, the game for the Leicester Villa.
You can call me mad here, but I think Leicester's going to get the first win this season of this game. The reason for that is Brendan's in so much pressure right now. There was twice in that Brighton game where they did take the lead. So they know that they can take the lead in a game. It's just a matter of a defence, and they've got the forward players in Vardy. They've got Daka. You've got Maddison who can turn up. Harvey Barnes as well. They've still got a great team overall. As Tony has said, it's a derby, and all form goes out the window when it comes to a derby. Doesn't matter how poor you are, how good you are as a team. Anyone could beat anyone in a derby. It's just the matter of who turned up better in the game. And we all know Vardy loves to score in derbies as well. We always know that one. But I've gone for a Leicester win. I've gone for a 2-1 win for Leicester.
Leicester to win, otherwise Brendan's gone. If you start Daka, he scores. That's simple for me personally. I think you both being brave. I'm going to go 0-0. I think it's going to be cagey this game. I'll go 0-0 because for me personally, I think this game is going to be a ball feast. I think both teams are scared to get because the goal, they're going to scared again loose. And I'm going to go back to James Maddison. Right, if you wanted to come to Newcastle United, why put in a transfer? Why did you just hand in a transfer request, James? Because at the end of the day, you wanted to come to Newcastle, put a transfer request in. Yeah. Don't worry about the money you lost at the end of the day. You earn so much money a week, yeah? I mean, 15 million, right, is a lot of money. It's about right, by the way, for James Maddison, yeah? I know MAISYS don't agree with it because she said before that he ain't worth the money. But at the end of the day, right, 50 million for James Maddison is good business. But Leicester do not, I swear to God, people, and if people agree with us in the comment section, the live chat, if I'm wrong or right, me personally, I don't think these clubs want to do business in Newcastle United. Why? Because they probably think we're going to be a threat and what we're going to do in a couple of years' time. And Tony, if I'm right, please tell us, man, because at the end of the day, Arsenal don't want to do business with us. Chelsea don't want to do business with us. Leicester don't want to do it as well. Do you know what? We should not do business with these teams.
No, I totally agree with you, John. It's and it is actually true that certain clubs don't want to do business with us. I mean, you know, I think Maddison's not the type to kick up a fuss about a transfer request. But then I think come January, if they're still in that predicament, he might well say, I want to leave. And I think we could go back in for him in January. And I would still take James Maddison because we could have done with him on that pitch on Saturday. We needed a Maddison in that midfield on Saturday. But you are right. I mean, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, let's say him, for instance. Now, we were linked for a loan for him. He wanted to come to Newcastle. Arsenal wouldn't let him and sent Southampton instead. So the thing is, John, you are bang on. There is a conspiracy there.
Yeah.
Clubs do not want to deal with us because they know we are a threat. And the big six don't like us because they're frightened of us as well. And that includes Man United, Man City, Tottenham, Arsenal, Liverpool. And Chelsea. They're all frightened of us because they know we're coming for them. And that's why they don't do business with us. And that's why we should never have done business with Man United over Dubravka. We should have just said to Man United, do you know what? Off you go. We were not interested because you didn't want to help us. Because of Lingard and Henderson.
I think about Lingard, if he truly wanted to come to Newcastle, why didn't he go on a free? He could have gone on a free. He could have come up to Newcastle, approached them and said, right, I want to come here on a free. I wanted to come in January. Will you have me? I'm sure Newcastle probably would have said yes. I'm sure you probably wanted someone who's been in Europe to help you develop. But Lingard has shown it's not about the club, it's about the money. Because he's went and took a pay rise from Manchester United to Nottingham Forest, 200k a week.
Well, apparently, Macy, we wanted him, but he wanted 150 grand a week, and we said no to that, which is
200 grand,
which is fair enough because he's not really played a lot of football. So it's right. I mean, you wouldn't pay him 150 grand a week, so he's not worth it.
But if you really wanted to go to a club, though, what I was going to say, you would take a pay cut. It shows he never wanted to come to Newcastle. He just wanted to go for game time, not just because he wants to play for the club.
But he'd done the same in West Ham. He wanted them. Yeah. He wanted more money then. They wouldn't give him more money. So, so he's in for the money. But it's the way that the way Man U went on over Lingard, because we offered a £5 million loan fee, and then your club turned around and said, well, if you stay up, we want a £12 million survival bonus on top of that.
I've
Well,
not
I'm
heard
sorry,
that.
we're not. Yeah, well, we said, sorry, we are not paying 17 million for a loan player. Sorry, no chance.
Well, from what I've heard, that you offered a £5 million, we was going to do it until the incident happened with Manchester United, which I'm not going to name, and we decided to keep Lingard for the death because we loaned out too many players.
Well, that was the big rumour that went around. That was in actual newspapers as well, about the £12 million bonus as well. But apparently on the last day, I mean, it was reported on Sky at the time, but on the last day of that January window, they said Man U have refused to answer the phone to West Ham and Newcastle, who want to take Lingard on loan, and Man U won't answer the phone calls to them. So obviously, because they wanted to keep Lingard for the reasons that you said, and we know what you're on about as well. But no, getting back to your point, John, yeah, you're absolutely right. Some clubs do not want to do business with us, and that's the unfortunate thing. But the only problem with Dubravka is, if we'd said no for him going to Man United, he might have kicked up a stink, and he kept saying he wanted to go there. So I think we've done that. But I think we've done that because what we did is we've rose above them teams that don't want to do business with us, and we said, look, okay, you want Dubravka? There you go, you can have him. And that's what we've done. And we're trying to sweeten people. But obviously, whether it works or not, I do not know.
Well, we just say good luck to Martin at Man United. And please, Maisie, look after him as well.
Yeah, look after him. He's a good lad.
I think he'll probably start once De Gea comes out of his good form. I have a feeling he will anyway. He'll definitely start for Europa League, without a doubt.
I think he will. That's the plan. Let's go on to next Leicester manager, Pochettino. The club will do business. I doubt it very much, in my opinion. The clubs will do business with us at the end of the day. It's money and money talks. Well, Paul Maitland asked, wanted to come to Newcastle, and I'm afraid to say that Chelsea didn't. Arsenal didn't want them to go to Newcastle. They wanted to go to Southampton. They were all out of money, but they just don't want to do business. Okay, cool. I think Madison wants to respect Leicester. They believed in him from the Championship. It's good to see that some players don't want to force a move. That's from King's Football. Sure. Big up to you, man. Great show you got as well. Damon writes, it's fine to retain the original name. Dropping the original name, that leads to disastrous subs over here. Fair enough. Well said, Tornas from Jack. And I've got one too. Trying to begin. They were going to do business with us, but they wanted 50 mil for Ake. Tell them to get stuff. We're not going to get mugged. And January, Man United and board tried to shaft Newcastle. But guess what? We make sure we don't do this as top 6 ever again. Sorry, Macy.
You already have.
Sorry?
You already have done business with the big six.
We have. But hopefully that. So if they wanted like Botman and that sort of thing, then it won't happen. And what's Klopp's excuse this week if we draw or lose? Yes, Raddy. And Lingard's going for the money. Facts, Macy. That's Rab. And Lingard wanted 200k a week. That's from Davey. And I wouldn't not count Chelsea in that group, Tony, as they have new owners since the Newcastle takeover. Yeah, they have spent a lot of money. Right, let's move on to Liverpool against Wolverhampton Wanderers at Anfield. Liverpool's not starting really well, haven't they? Sort of, we're bailing them out, by the way. We're giving them 3 points thanks to VAR and thanks to the stupid time, ridiculous 8 minutes of added on time. Wolves, for me, they got 4 points out of the last 2 games, got the first win in 12. And Lacey, what do you think that this game's going to go?
I think it's going to be another tough game for Liverpool. They still haven't grasped their attack. I'm going for a 1-1 draw.
Yeah, and Tony.
Yeah, it's one of those games, isn't it? Wolves haven't been particularly well, started off well, and Liverpool haven't been that great, really. They got lucky against us, really, when you think about it. I mean, you know, Isak's second goal, that was onside. How VAR can even say how they can't tell from the shadows. Well, sorry, you don't go by shadows, do you? You go by the bodies that are standing there and you draw your lines. So I don't take that rubbish for 1 second. And then they got lucky with the extra time as well, because I would like to know in that whole game where 12 minutes of injury time came from. That's between the two halves. There was no way Nick Pope wasted more than a minute and a half. And he didn't waste time because he did generally hurt his shoulder as he went down. So they got lucky against us, because had we gone 2-0 up, we might have gone on and won that game comfortably. But that's by the by now. But it's now Liverpool and Wolves. Not great form between two teams. But I'm going to say Liverpool will sneak it on this occasion. And I think Liverpool will sneak it 2-1.
I think it's going to be a tough game. I think Liverpool will just win by a goal and nil in my book. And they're going to get 3 points as well. So we'll give it a fist of it again. But listen, at the end of the day, I can see Liverpool going to sneak back along the way. But we should see. So Liverpool 1, Wolves 0 for me. We're going to go on to Southampton against Brentford, Tony. That is going to be a tricky game. Brentford is playing really well.
Yeah, John, yeah. I mean, 5-2 against Leeds. Leeds have been informed at the start of the season. So, to get absolutely hammered at Brentford 5-2 is, it's a massive result. And Ivan Toney, hat-trick for him as well. What a good goal from he took his penalty well. His free kick was brilliant. And then even the audacious chip to put that in the net, when the keeper was well out. That keeper's a bit rash for Leeds anyway. Melia, I think he's a bit, he's too eager when he comes out his area. So, but the fact that he had to beat 2 defenders to get that over as well into the back of the net was just good skill. So, Tony's on fire. The whole Brentford team's on fire. David Raya in the goal. He's having a great season for them. Surprised he's not being snapped up by a top club, if I'm honest. That's the problem. But top clubs have got top keepers, so they're probably not looking at David Raya. But he's definitely good enough to be in any of those top 6 sides, that's for sure, as a first team starter as well. Southampton, they've had a mixed start to the season. They won last week as well. I'm going to say Brentford will win this game. And I think Brentford will win 3-1, John.
And go through, get MAISYS comments as well. I think I missed one out as well. I mean, Mason Mount has turned down a new deal at Chelsea, apparently.
He ain't that good, is he?
I mean, you like him, Macy, don't you?
The thing is, though, he's just not in form. We know what he's capable of, but he's just not displaying that if for whatever reason. But I think for me, where you've seen the best out of Mason Mount is when he played as a right winger for Chelsea, and he's not playing there anymore. He's playing as a midfielder now. And I think with Mason Mount, he isn't one to in that, especially in that kind of formation Tuchel keeps. Is not one for keeping hold of possession and maintaining the ball. He's a creative type of player who wants to score and assist. And I just think the formation where he is at isn't doing him no favours, and he's just playing pure crap at the moment.
Fair enough.
Well, he's turned down a new deal. Reece James has signed a new 5-year deal.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a bit of breaking news as well. Chelsea lost by a goal to against Zagreb, so that's not a good start for them. If you try not to business with the big 6, then as time goes by, you will find yourself overpaying for the Bundesliga, La Liga, Serie A, and League One players as well. That's a fair comment there, by the way. How many games have Liverpool been lucky or helped from VAR? Quite a few times, by the way. No, I thought Newcastle did time waste. That's from Raddy. So did Jordan Henderson. And for me, what was the score you going for? Southampton, Brentford, Macy? Sorry, I didn't ask you, didn't I? Because you talked about Mount, didn't you? Anything's going to go?
2-1 for Brentford. Southampton's playing well at the moment, and because they're so well defensively built, I think Brentford's going to struggle a little bit more. But Brentford are on great form at the moment. I completely agree with Tony about David Raya. I'd happily take David Raya myself and put him as the first team goalkeeper. I've liked David Raya since he was a championship goalkeeper, and I said that he is capable of reaching to the top. It says a lot, though, when he's knocking De Gea out of the Spain national team. I really like Mbumo as well. He's a great winger, and on top of that, he can play numerous different positions. And I think bringing back Josh De Silva from his injury has helped them massively. So, I think it's gonna be a narrow game, but based off how Brentford are in terms of form, they'll win.
Yeah, I agree. So you're saying 2-1. I'm gonna go. This can go either way. I'm gonna go Southampton 0, Brentford 2. I think Brentford having a fantastic season. Ivan Toney, I mean, for me, it's on fire. Get this guy back to St. James's Park next season, man, whatever the cost. No, I mean, I'll take him back. That guy is absolutely brilliant. He's learned his craft, and if over the papers and say Ivan Toney signed for Newcastle on a 5-year deal, I have no problems at all whatsoever.
Thing is, John, as well, the way he started this season off, the way he's scoring, I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up in the England squad and goes to Qatar in the World Cup, because he's good enough to do it.
Yes, he is. Absolutely. I totally agree, because he's on fire and he has learned a lot from Thomas Frank as well. And I like his movement as well. And yeah, his attitude is much, much better. So if he carries on the way he is, then he'll get into Qatar. No problems at all. I keep saying it's period extra by a French club and give us a feeder club. As from Paul, for what Chelsea fans are saying, Mount wants a deal like Reece James. All about money, isn't it? If Mount hasn't signed a new contract, we should snap him up on his quality, but I think he will sign a new one. He hasn't signed a new one yet, but I think there's going to be a ways of it as well. I think another thing we may be ignoring that is any of the big six find themselves in a financial bind. They would take Newcastle's money. That's just common sense and human nature. That's fair enough. Good comment there. Nippon, big up to you, my guy. Hope you're okay. Favorable arbitrary reactions. That's some Chris. And big up to you as well. Right, let's go on to the next one. This could be game of the weekend. Man City against Tottenham. I'll start with Tony. I'll talk to Nacy this time.
We know that Man City is Tottenham's bogey team. I mean, Tottenham is Man City's bogey team, and Tottenham always seem to play very well against Man City. I think last season that was one of the only times Tottenham done the double, and that was against Man City. And that was only one of the times in the season that Pep Guardiola lost twice against the same team. And especially how Conte is set up, I think they are going to struggle, but I know they've got Erling Haaland. It's just a matter for me of how well defensively Tottenham is going to be, but I've gone for a Tottenham win on this one, and I've gone for a 3-2 for Tottenham, just based on how Tottenham is set up.
Fair enough.
And the game is at Etihad, to Nipper's question as well, and Ravi, England's already playing at the moment. They're currently winning.
3-0. Good stuff. And what about you, Tony, at the Etihad, City, Tottenham?
That's going to be a cracking game, I think. I think there'll be goals in it. Definitely plenty of goals in it. Haaland's on fire. Kane's on fire. Both teams are on fire. After it's a hard one to predict this, because I think this could go either way. It could be a win either way, or it could be a draw. Do you know what? I'm going to go for a high score and draw in this one, 3-3.
That's a good shout there. I think it's going to be an entertaining game. I'm going to go Man City 4, Tottenham 3. I really am. And I think it's going to be goals in this game. And City does concede goals. Their defence is not the greatest, man. But I honestly think it can go either way this game. But I'm going to go with City by 4-3 in this game. And Ireland's going to get a couple as well. And I think Harry Kane will get a couple too. It'd be good for me fantasy team as well. So I get points on that one as well. So, and got some more comments. So we're going to the next game. I'm going to miss it. Got to go. Thanks for the stream. Are you streaming live on Sunday, John? Yes, I am. I'm doing the warm-up show on Sunday. That's around about 12:30, but we discussed that with Tony as well. And Spurs 1, City 3. Man City 1, Spurs 2. That's in Liam. I think Spurs are overrated. Rob, I think they'll get the semis. All depends. They face out of the group. And they got to Richard, by the way. He's a good lad, MAISYS. We love Richard, don't we?
Yeah.
Starts at 10 o'clock, though. And Chelsea needs some more defenders. They do. I have to agree, man. But it's too late. They should have done it more in that summer. Right, let's go on to the next one. If I can get this one up. It's going to be Arsenal against Everton. And we're going to start with, we go Macy again.
Everton is actually, apart from them and Leicester, are the only two teams who have not won a single game yet in the Premier League so far. The only reason why they are where they are, I think it's 16th, is because they've drew 4 games, so they got 4 points out of it. Arsenal, they've been on good form until they played us. I'm not going to go into that game because some Arsenal fans are a bit too salty at the moment. But I think with the way Everton are playing, I think Arsenal's going to be very comfortable in the game. So I'm going to go for a 3-0 for Arsenal.
And Tolly?
Yeah, I mean, Arsenal got beat last week 3-1 off Man United. I was quite surprised by the scoreline, to be fair. I would have thought of drawn that game, if I'm honest, but, you know, especially the way Arsenal have played. But Everton, yeah, okay, they've got a draw against Liverpool 0-0 at home, and I can't say anything past, especially at the Emirates. I think Arsenal beat Everton hands down. 3-0 Arsenal. Jesus will be on that score sheet again.
Wow, fair enough. For me, I'm going to go with Arsenal 4, Everton 1 in that game because I think Arsenal got Everton's number. They really have got their number. No, I tell you, I've got Arsenal 3, Everton 1 this time. And I think also bounced back from that defeat against Manchester United on Sunday. And look, I think like MAISYS, he just said about Arsenal fans being salty, Macy. I didn't see that one at all whatsoever. Is it because online or is it?
It's been all online. Like they're posting about the Odegaard foul on Ericsson, saying that should have never accounted when it should because Odegaard never got the ball. There was calling Bruno a Portuguese rat all over social media because he apparently died when he didn't. Lokonga done basically a foul what Van Dijk done in the Everton game and didn't even get a booking. And then they were started saying like Martinez should have got booked for Jesus, which I agree with, he should have. But then I look at it, Jesus kicked Martinez in the head and he didn't get booked for it. Lokonga didn't get booked for what he done. But then our players are getting really slagged off, and then they started saying, well, Paul Tierney's from Salford. If Paul Tierney was a Manchester United fan, just like Michael Oliver for the Newcastle, he would not be refereeing in Manchester United games. He's a Wigan Athletic fan. And it's just like saying, oh, David Coo, he's not allowed to ref Nottingham Forest games because he's from Nottinghamshire. There's referees from Merseyside, so they should have ref both Liverpool and Everton. And I don't know why the same energy wasn't there about the Man City versus Everton. Do you know the Rodri handball? Because Paul Tierney was the one who refereed that game, and he's from Salford. That's Manchester, isn't it? So why the same energy about Paul Tierney come about this Everton game?
Exactly. I have to agree.
And that was a blatant handball. Whereas and I think the ref didn't give things either way for both teams. And I think it equaled it out in the end because there should have been bookings on both teams and there wasn't. And I think it equaled it out. And I just think that Arsenal just came in too comfortable once they got into that 1-1 draw.
Yeah, that's a fair comment. I mean, all comes respect to Maisie. I mean, I love your comments as well and your opinions as well. You're one of the best on there. So there you go. Last one, had too many Arsenal fans mourning, pitch in the morning, but they're usually good fun. Well, did not work in. And Arsenal to win by 4 goals, though, T-Rex and goal. Everton don't stand a chance. T-Rex, that Mark Borland, by the way.
Pickford, Jordan Pickford.
Yeah, man. I know what you mean, but when you say T-Rex, Matt Borland's the lead singer, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, I remember that, John. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Macy won't probably remember who he is, and she's probably
Get
thinking,
it on!
but
Get it on, baby!
But, John, to be honest with you, I was, I'm trying to think the word I'm trying to put, but I was sort of brought up with that because my brother, he is absolutely in love with like Mark Ball and T-Rex.
Yeah, man.
And he actually does a tribute act as him as well. I
Hmm.
mean, he's a lot older than me. He's nearly 70, but he does a tribute act as him and he has the wig and everything. And he looks like him when he's got well, he hasn't got a wig, sorry, it's his hair. But yeah, he's, I was traumatized through that, to be honest. So that's how I know, of Mark Ball, and yeah.
Exactly. Well, man, listen, big up. I mean, I'm sure he's done a good job being Mark as well. What a great singer. Not a rock fan, but what a great singer in this time.
Can I just respond back to Ravi's point about the Ericsson went down a little bit too easily? I think if it was like 9 out of 10 fouls, right, I think it's always the positioning of the defender. I think if he was at the side of Ericsson, I think that wouldn't have been given. I think the goal still would have stood. I think it was where Odegaard was as to why the foul was given, because he was from behind. He didn't even touch the ball. If he touched the ball, it would have been different. But he need him, and he shoved him quite badly. I think if he was at the side of Ericsson and he'd done that, I think it would have been different. And the same as if he was in front of Ericsson, that wouldn't have been given as a ruled out goal. I just think it was basically the positioning of where Odegaard was as to why the foul was given. But I do think it was a foul, and it was the only correct decision, actually, what the refs have done in this weekend.
Yeah, again, it's fair comment as well. Fair comment. And this one, Ravi, the refs are giving nothing to Liverpool. Liverpool needs to be better. Well, Ravi, listen, the referee against Newcastle, right, was an absolute disgrace. Yeah, 8 minutes added on time. Where did those minutes come from? 96 minutes, yes. 98 minutes, definitely no way. Go on, Tony.
And as soon as they scored that goal, John, what did Andre Mariner do? Blow the whistle. Disgrace.
Exactly.
Because when that ball went for a corner, that was dead, that ball. He could have blew the whistle there and then. He didn't have to give them the corner. I mean, how many times do you see that where a ball goes out for a corner and it's at the end of the first half and they'll blow the whistle? Exactly. Or it'll go for a throw in the other corner flag and they'll blow the whistle. So to say Liverpool aren't getting over the green, no, I totally disagree with that. And while we're on the Liverpool subject, Jurgen Klopp is definitely proven the untouchable manager in the Premier League. The manager that every referee and fourth official are frightened to say boot to. Macy will probably say exactly the same as me. She'll probably agree with me, because against Newcastle, the way he was going on the touchline in David Kutsia throughout the whole game, and the way he was going on with our bench, Jason Tyndall and Eddie Howe. And then, but that's what he does. And he gets away with it. And yet Jesse Marsh on Saturday has a complaint about a penalty that Leeds don't get, and he was a bit annoyed about it. He gets a red card and sent off. So if he gets sent off for that, why doesn't Klopp get sent off more often then? Because, and it's exactly what I've just said, because the referees...
And Pep Guardiola, he does it quite a lot as well.
But Guardiola's not as bad as what Klopp is, though.
He still does it quite badly for me, because I've seen it before where he's screaming like that on the touchline about it when he's not got it, and I think I agree though, Liverpool is worse for it, and Tuchel.
And I heard another thing as well today. Apparently the referee on VAR, now this is where I'm going to criticise Lee Mason, and he's dropped this weekend, by the way.
Yeah,
he shouldn't just be dropped, he should be sacked altogether. I'm sorry, the man's not fit enough. He's not fit to referee in my eyes. But apparently it's the referee on VAR that decides what angle the referee can have a look at. So what he's done is he give Michael Salisbury the angle to look at from behind rather than from the side view. But I think that's unfair, because I think the on-field referee should be shown every single angle available. If there are 7 angles, show them all 7. Let them have a look. Like I've said, and I don't know how Macy feels about this, but I've said, If it takes them 5 minutes to check VAR and come to the correct decision, then I'm all for it. VAR works properly if it's used correctly. The problem is this country is a disgrace for it. And I'm going to call out this country as a disgrace because we have not got a clue how we are using it properly. You look at France, Germany, Spain, Portugal. Do you hear any bad decisions week in, week out with their VARs? No, because they use it properly. This country use it disgracefully. And that's how it is done in this country. And until we get a new referees manager in, which is Howard Webb, thank God when he comes in December, I hope he kicks a lot of backside and gets this whole refereeing situation sorted out because Mike Riley is destroying the game.
That's why I said, though, about referees, it'd be good to mix the referees around in Europe. So we have a mixture of France, Germany, Italian, Portuguese. I don't think the Portuguese refs are very good. I must be honest. They blow the whistle more times than there is minutes in a game. That's how many times they blow a whistle. It's scandalous. But I think it's good to have a mixture, and then they learn upon themselves, and maybe that could be an improvement there for English refs. It shows a lot when you go into the World Cup and there isn't. I think there's only 2 English refs what's been called up.
That'll probably be Michael Oliver. Will be the first one.
Yeah.
Don't know who the other one will be.
I think it was him and Anthony Kavanagh.
Yeah,
Graham Kavanagh.
Graham Kavanagh, yes. Kavanagh, yeah. Kavanagh.
Yeah.
Kavanagh. Yeah.
But that was the only referee to come out with credit over the weekend, Macy, was Michael Oliver, because he gave a penalty and VAR said, no, go and check the monitor. And he went to the monitor and checked it and said, no, I'm sticking with my penalty decision. And he was the only one who comes out with credit this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Is that the West Ham game?
Yeah,
Brentford Leeds.
Brentford Leeds. Okay. Well, I was going to say that West Ham game was disgrace as well.
Shocking. Absolutely shocking. You need to sort this out. Got a couple of Mr. West's questions as well. Foxy said that disallowed goal for Arsenal against United. If that was Newcastle, no chance that goal gets disallowed. I have to agree that 100%. Before we go into the next game, how does FIFA determine who will do the World Cup games? Tony.
Referees wise, I think they just look at the referees in general around the world, and they obviously have a short list drawn up and they pick out the best referees. We don't have a lot of great English referees now, unfortunately. Like I said, Michael Oliver's one of them. He's probably got to be the top referee in the Premier League in my eyes, and not just because he's a Geordie, but I think he's. I just think he's a great referee. But other than that, you look at our standard of refereeing; it's not very good. I mean, Michael Salisbury, he was hung out to dry on Saturday. The poor guy. Lee Mason's been a referee in the Premier League for over 16 years, John. Right, and so as he was the more experienced guy to what Michael Salisbury is, who was only refereeing his 7th game. He should have been advising him better, but he's made him feel out that he dropped a clanger and he had to rectify it. So that but that's where the referees need to work with each other. But how FIFA do it, I don't know, but they just obviously look around all the different leagues and they probably pick out the top 1, 2, 3 or whatever from each one. It's a long time since we've had. I mean, the last time we had a referee doing a major World Cup final was Howard Webb in that bad-tempered game with Holland in Spain.
Yeah.
That was the 2010 World Cup, wasn't it, in South Africa?
So it was. Yeah.
And I think Clattenburg did a Euro final, didn't he? And the Champions League final as well.
Yeah.
You see, so we haven't got the great refs anymore. The likes of Clattenburg. That's why Clattenburg left the Premier League as a referee younger. He retired young because he said he just had enough of it because things weren't going the way that it should have been, and the way things were changing from the top end of the PGMOL. So he quit and went to Saudi Arabia to referee.
Yeah.
Or Qatar, one of the 2 countries. Anyway, I can't exactly remember where he went, but I know he went over that way. I think it might have been Qatar.
Sure.
So we lost a great ref because he saw it coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's exactly what we're seeing now. But like I say, roll on December, roll on Howard Webb coming back.
Exactly. And you know what it is, right? Since Clatterford left and Oliver, still there. Other than that, it's just absolutely pathetic. Still, we'll go to the next one, by the way. I know you've got a couple of games to go through. West Ham, Newcastle United, and it's not you may see. I think all eyes will be on this game because we've both been cheated last week. And I'm sure we got poor Tierney, not Kieran Tierney, according to Nora Echo, by the way. Paul Tierney's going to officiate this game, right? And he knows he'll get this game right.
Oh, at least you know if you've got Paul Tierney that he hasn't got favourites this time round. For me, I am going to go for 2-0 for Newcastle. I think he's playing well at the moment. West Ham have been a bit rocky. I know they was cheated out of the goal, but even if you look beyond the last game, they still haven't been good. Getting beat by Nottingham Forest. I think it took them 3 games to actually pick up some points. So I think it's going to be 2-0 for Newcastle.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much indeed for that. And what about you, Tony? Mace going for 2.
Thank you, Macy, by the way. It's a strange one. We've not got a bad record down at West Ham, if I'm honest. Obviously last season we drew 1-1, but that was when we were in that difficult time sort of thing that we were just trying to stay in the league. And Joe Willock rescued a point for us on the stroke of half time, albeit a bit of a scruffy goal, but at least he scored, and that's the main thing. It doesn't matter how it goes, and I couldn't care if he scored in the 95th minute and it come off the backside, went in the back of the net. A goal's a goal, and 3 points is 3 points. Season before that, under Steve Bruce, Callum Wilson's first year, we won that 2-0. With goals from Wilson and guy's not here now, Jeff Hendrick. So yeah, we haven't got a bad record down at West Ham. We've always done quite well at the London Stadium. So I think we're going to win this game. I don't think it'll be an easy game. It'll be a tough game. And if we've got Bruno and St. Maximin back, that's going to make a huge difference on Sunday because you're going to have Bruno in the middle being able to feed the balls through to Isak. We're going to have Maxi on the left feeding balls into Isak. The only thing I might say is even if Maxi's fit, now I know some people might say, oh God, why is he saying this? But personally, if I was Eddie Howe and Maxi was fit, I would put him on the bench. Now, I'll tell you why I'll put him on the bench. Because he's been out for a couple of games. Just bring him on. But I would say maybe play Anderson from the start on the left. Give Anderson maybe 60 minutes.
Yeah.
Then bring Maxi on for the last half hour to build his fitness back up and get him back into the games again. Bruno is one of those players you can just put him straight in from the start and he slots straight in as if he's never been away. So some people might be a bit surprised why I've said that, but I think that would be a more sensible option, especially if he's just come back from a hamstring strain. I would rather give him half an hour, if you know what I mean, and then maybe the week after that he starts, depending how well Anderson does, of course. That's the thing. I'm going to go 2-1 Newcastle.
Cool. I'm going to go. And by the way, it's Craig Paulson's the referee, not Paul Tierney. I do apologise. I'm going to go 3-2 to Newcastle. Maybe goals in this game. I think it's going to be 3-2 to Newcastle. We get one very late on in the game, and that'll do me. We must get ASM starting, Bruno starting, and also as well, I love to see Elliot Anderson start as well in place of Sean Longstaff as well. Do that. That'd be amazing. And 3-2 to Newcastle. Robert saying, what's Newcastle record like in London games? It's not been that great. And you need to win more games in London. If you can do that, that'd be brilliant. But West Ham, yes, we lost to Chelsea, at Arsenal, at Spurs last season. But and we beat Brentford. So it's been 50-50. 50-50. 2-1 to Newcastle go on Mags. 3-1 to the Toon as well. And I like coffee. Basically loves you. But you're looking serious today. You okay?
No, I'm fine.
Good. Fair enough. Let's go on to the next one as well, which is MAISYS team. And Crystal Palace against Man United. Take it away, Macy.
I sure hope Ravi's going to go for a nice score. For me, I'm going to go for a 1-0 for Manchester United. Palace is still a very good team. They have been very well defensively built. I think Manchester United have worked very hard in these past couple of games, especially on the counter. And I think that is going to be vital in the game, especially going to Selhurst Park. 1-0 for Manchester United, like a Sancho goal or Rashford. I don't care who scores, as long as we win. But I'm gonna go for 1-0.
And what about you, Tony?
Yeah, Selhurst Park, not an easy place to go to. So it'll be a tough game for Man United. Palace are on a bad. Well, see, they're not a bad side, but it all depends on the day how Zaha plays, how Easy play as he plays, or Elise. So they've got quite a few attacking options there. But I'm sort of thinking that Man U have picked up a couple of results lately. I mean, they've had that. They beat Liverpool. They beat Arsenal. Yes, they got hammered by Brentford, but I think they've put whatever was wrong there has been put right now. Rashford scoring. Anthony got a goal on his debut. A thunderbolt, but I've not seen the goal, to be fair, but apparently a great goal. So I'm going to surprise a lot of people, but I'm going to say, as much as it pains me to say it, John, but I'm going to say Man United to win this game 2-0. I think they'll score 2 goals at least, Man United. So I can't put an actual figure on it, but I think they'll win 2-0. And your officials for Sunday is for Man United, Stuart Atwell as your referee and Chris Kavanagh as your VAR ref. That's who we're on about, Chris Kavanagh, not Graham Kavanagh. Graham Kavanagh used to play for Borough.
Yes, absolutely. I recognise the name, but now you've done that sort of thing. Yeah, so, I'm going to go 2-0 to United. 2-0 to United. No problems at all there. I think Palace give a right goal, but I think the way United are starting now, putting it together, I think they're going to be too much for Palace. And Aaron saying 3-2 to Palace. And if we had our finishing on point, we should have scored at least 4 against Palace. Exactly, Paul, exactly. And the last we're going to go to is a Monday night game, Leeds against Aston. Breaking news as well, Jesse Marsh has been charged from the FA after he'd been sent off and for disputing the penalty. And I thought you, Tony, go back to you, Tony.
Yeah. So this is a strange game, isn't it? Leeds coming off the back of a 5-2 defeat. Forest coming off the back of a 3-2 defeat. A game that Forest were 2-0 up on at half time. And, I think, like yourself, John, we both heard the score come over the tannoy at half time. We probably, I looked and I thought, oh, well, Forest are 2 up at half time. That's going to be easy, probably 4-5-0 by the end of the game. Well, it was 5 goals, but it was 3-2 to Bournemouth. I think it'll be an entertaining game because both teams like to attack. Forest like to attack because that's what Steve Cooper plays. He likes attacking football. Leeds like attacking football under Jesse Marsh. And I like that Sinistera as well. He looks a good player. The Colombian lad.
Sinistera.
That they got from Feyenoord. I don't know why we didn't look at him. Maybe he wasn't on our radar because I would have certainly had him in the team. That's going to be a funny game, this one. But I'm just going to... Because they're not going to have the manager on the bench, Leeds, that's going to be a big difference for them as well. so he's not going to be on the bench. I'm going to say a shock 2-1 win for Nottingham Forest on this one.
Okay, Macy.
I think it's going to be a tight game. Both teams are going to want to pick up. But with the way Leeds have played so far, they play great football. Forest has been a bit of a hit and miss. I know they're only newly promoted, not been in the Premier League for a long time. But I do like what Forest are doing. I do think, though, that Leeds are going to win. I've gone for a 3-1 win for Leeds.
I'm going to go 2-1 to Leeds. It's going to be a good game. I'll go with Jack on that one. 2-1 to Leeds as well. And it's going to be a great game. It's going to be both sides going to be attacking. Thoughts on the most improved team so far for me? It'll be Brighton, because the way Graham Potter sets his team up, I think they're playing fantastic football. They have improved year in, year out as well under Graham Potter. That's my take. Leeds to win. Forest to go down. That's from Paul. Leeds 2-1. Should be a good game. So give us your guaranteed goal scorer, Macy. Guaranteed goal scorer this for Saturday.
Ivan Toney.
Ivan Toney and Tony.
I'm going to say because of his little miss last week, and I think he's going to make up for it this week. I'm going to say Alexander Isak for Newcastle. If anybody's wanting to know, England women are currently 5-0 up. It's after 45 minutes so far in the game. Beth Mead being the latest scorer on 39 minutes, a minute after Rachel Daly.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
This is going to be double figures.
I think it'll be double figures as well. Absolutely.
I think they'll probably make a lot of changes though in the second half, because we're already qualified anyway to the World Cup. So we got some young players there on the bench. So I think she might put like Lauren James on, for instance, give her a bit of a run, and I think it probably end like maybe 8-0 or something. I think if she makes about 3-4 subs at half time, I can't see it being the double figures.
One result here, John, from the women's game, which it's a bit of a hammering, unfortunately, for Moldova. Switzerland 15, Moldova 0.
Oh my dears, that's not good.
Who was that?
Scotland won 6-0. Switzerland 15, Moldova 0. Stats were Switzerland had 100% possession, 15 shots and 15 on target, 15 goals.
Bloody hell.
There you go, John.
There you go. Wow.
Their goalkeeper made no saves either. The Moldova keeper.
And that qualifies Scotland to the World Cup, and they'll be in our group alongside Japan and Argentina in next year's World Cup.
Yeah.
That's a strong draw, that is, by the way.
Japan won the World Cup with women's football as well. So you've got a former World Cup winner. Argentina, I don't know how well they are as a team, but Scotland's got some good players there as well. So it's going to be a tough one, but I think we'll be good in the group anyway.
Brilliant stuff.
Germany won 8-0. Belgium won 7-0. Czech Republic won 7-0. So there you go. Some big scores there tonight.
Well, I tell you what, though, I mean, we've got beaten, go back to the drawing board, man, because that is not good at our sort of thing. Fair play for the winning side like Switzerland and Germany and Belgium, cool, but let's be real. Oh, Mbappe scored for PSG against Juventus 1-0, by the way, against PSG against Juve. So let's hope Italian sides do much better in the Champions League this season. Let's be real. And we're going to do this competition now, by the way, guys. Tony, are you ready for it, mate? And
we are.
We're going to spin it now. Like, if it goes lands on Macy's name, I get a United top. No problem. But
share it now. You got it on there now?
Yeah, I know Chippers is number 1. I'm going to work the numbers up as well. So I should check.
You ready, John?
I am. Go for it, my guy. Go for it.
Let's go.
24. Let's get that one checked away. Thanks very much. Like I've got to get the numbers up. I do apologise. Let's have a look. I'm going at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Not you, Mace, by the way. It's Dino Beans.
Wow.
Dino. What I'll do, I'll send them a DM, right? Later on and let them know that he's going to get those tickets. Unlucky Jackie was 23, mate. You were 23, so Dino was one of those tickets. So Dino, if you're watching the show, mate, then just let us know and I'll send you a DM on Twitter. So you're 400 tickets for the Newcastle Bournemouth game. So how are we going to do it? We want to send the post to let you know. So that's it for the show.
He's on Twitter, John.
Yes, indeed. We're going to send them a DM. If you get there, I'll get them as well, and he'll let us know. Right, that's going to be it for the prediction weekday 7. And thanks so much for joining chat. Macy, did you enjoy coming on again?
Yeah, it was a great show. Thanks for having me on.
And no problem at all. And can you give us a shout on your socials, please?
My YouTube channel is Devils United, Manchester United content and tiny bit of other content on the channel. And my Twitter is at 2_ZUSC Mays.
Brilliant stuff. Thank you very much indeed. And Tony, where can we find you, mate? The people that don't know.
Yeah. So Twitter's down there. John's took it off. There we are. It's back now. As by magic at Tony31. Give me a follow and I'll follow you back.
Thank you very much indeed. All the links in the description as well. So do follow MAISYS channel, Mays MUFC, Mays MUFC, and also follow Devils United on a YouTube as well. It's absolutely fantastic. She is amazing. She's so passionate about her team. She doesn't just talk about United. She talks about all teams as well. She has some great shows as well. And follow me as well. Also links in there. Hit like, subscribe, super chat, and become a member as well at any time. And you're back tomorrow. I'll be on MAISYS show tomorrow 5:30. That is going to be fun. That's going to be fun. I can't wait.
On Thursday.
Oh, it's Thursday now, isn't it? Not Wednesday.
Yeah, we agreed Thursday.
So it's Thursday now, 5:30. Cool. That's
John.
fine. Tony.
Yeah, I'll just quickly share this on screen. Just give everybody an idea of Ivan Toney this season so far.
Sure.
Quite amazing stats from him. So Ivan Toney, he started 6 games, 5 goals and 2 assists. What a scoring rate that is, isn't it? 5 goals in 6 games and 2 assists.
That is amazing, man. That is so amazing. I tell you what, though, it's just get better and better.
And against Leeds,
I rate this guy.
We'll just pull his little map up against Leeds.
Yeah.
He played the 90 minutes, 3 goals, no assists, 4 shots on target, 2 off target, 1 dribble attempt successful, 1 penalty. He only missed 1 big chance, 33 touches throughout the whole game, 77% pass accuracy. Ground duels he won 9 out of 6 out of 9, sorry. And aerial duels he won 1 out of 5. And he lost possession 7 times, 2 fouls, and was fouled 3 times, and 1 offside. Scored a 9.3, but absolutely brilliant.
What a player this guy is.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, John, if he scores out this whole season and he gets in the chart, he's going to be one of the top scorers, and he's going to go for a lot more than 40-50 million pound next season. And I think it'll be hard for Brentford to keep a hold of him next season. But if he carries on like this, he'll be in the England team.
100%. Thanks for those stats as well, by the way. And just a couple more comments as well. What's the crack? What's the big story? Aston Delboy, bring it to Delboy. Hope you're okay. And last comment for the night, Clayton Marsh gets fined and Klopp, along with his bench, gets away with not even slap across the wrist after he played and just sums it up, done it. That's Klopp for you. Listen, guys, thanks for coming on. I will do backstage. And as you see you guys tomorrow for the fans forum, 8 o'clock it'll be for the fan forum. Can't wait for that. Plenty to talk about. And until then, it's a goodbye for now and watch what you're doing. Take care.